really briefly, literally just flicking, having a look, oh right, so-and-so's rang me, okay, and start my phone calls in the morning, I could look up and I could have hurt somebody, or vice versa, not seen something, somebody could go in the back of me. It frightens me. And now I'm really thinking about adopting my practice and really thinking about it. And yeah, all right, the fine, £200, it's 6 points, your licence is gone. Yeah, all right, bigger picture, like I'd lose my career. If I couldn't drive, I can't do my job at all. That's it. So that's that point. But, actually living with the fact of hurting somebody or killing somebody, or if I ended up going, I'm all right, I'm gone. But everybody else has got to deal with it. So I'm putting it out there. I wanted us to have a discussion about it. I know that Dan's very passionate about it. And I was very passionate. I am very passionate about, not being distracted and being on your phone. And I'm annoyed with myself that I've fallen into that stupid habit of assuming that life, can't go on, and boredom while driving. I don't know. Go on then.
So yeah, I agree with what you said, and in terms of you're right. I am very passionate about this because people that do it don't understand the ramifications of what they're doing, and it is something that needs to be addressed and something that needs to be punished more severely. Now, I'm not saying necessarily that when you're sat on your phone in a traffic jam, you deserve to go to prison or anything stupid like that. Because, but I understand it's difficult to embrace the rule like that without doing it as a blanket rule and saying, right, this is it. Once you break that rule, any time when you're in your car, you shouldn't be on your phone. So I understand that. But it is a dangerous thing to do. It's a stupid thing to do. And at the end of the day, it's not that important. Like, it is not that important to give up your life or somebody else's life to pick up a phone. It's really not. And it's a simple thing for me. Like, I don't know why people are still, again, we always say it every week, but it's this frigging Netflix generation. And we're now part of that in this regard because we can't be without our phones, and it's like, it's not worth, your life isn't worth it.
I actually did see a young girl, because I was behind her in a traffic jam. Obviously, I won't give anything too far away. We were sat behind her in a bit of a traffic, it was a traffic light, it wasn't even a jam, it was a traffic light. She was taking selfies of herself. I could see her do it. I'm doing it, not like you lot can see see that you know what it looks like to do herself. She was taking selfies of herself, and she'd missed the light, and we'd missed the light twice. And I was beeping, going just get off your bloody phone. Why have you got to take a photograph of you driving? Come on. Instagram is not going to miss this for 5 seconds. That irritates me, and I'm not an angel. I have looked at an email and things like that, and I've gone and I have been oh, for God's sake, put your phone down, for goodness sake, I just think that as well, you're completely right. It needs to be a complete rule now. You're either on it or you're not. You can't have this half and half. It's like drinking, isn't it? Drinking and driving. Oh, you can have this many units. It's no, you either can or you cannot drink when you drive. End of story. So yeah, it's just where I am at that.
Yeah, and it's a really good point, and it's a point well made to other people. And again, if anyone has any differing opinions on it, then let us know. But I've said this to you earlier. If anybody, say work-wise or friends-wise or anything, get annoyed at you for not replying to a message because you're driving, then they need to seriously look at themselves. For example, work-wise, if anyone says to you, why didn't you answer that email? This cost, we needed this in by this point.
Yeah.
I was driving and I didn't want to kill me or somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what are you going to say? You're not going to go, you selfish prick. It's not going to happen.
How dare you? You're fired for driving.
Yeah. So that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think it's a good point to bring up. It's a good point to raise, and that's a good one. It's a good one this week. Because
I was going to kind of put it out there, but it's because we've kind of covered that already. I was going to ask, so what is so important? Why do we have our phones on us so much? I think it may be, from my perspective, it is the fact that I plug my mobile in as my phone, as my iPod now. So I think that's changed, hasn't it? Because we don't have the big CD packets anymore in our cars and things. So I think that's the issue, is that actually they're readily available because they're in our cars for that purpose, and sat navs and things like that. But then obviously, really, you then use it as a phone as well as a sat nav and a music.
Well, there's even, I in terms of, I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but you get the on apps on phones and in cars now, which will read out your text messages and stuff to you. The problem I have with that is that makes you more inclined to reply.
Yeah.
If you can read it, you're more inclined to reply to the message in the first place.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
maybe not the smartest. I mean, I understand the point of it is to stop people looking at the phone, but
you're still going to reply.
It's still
to
a distraction
it.
to what you're doing, and I understand. And again, it's a generational thing. Excuse me. We all need phones now. Everybody can't go more than 5 minutes without checking your phone. If you lose your phone, you feel like you've lost an arm at the moment.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's probably the biggest culture change of our generation, definitely.
Yeah.
But it might be the biggest culture change of the last 100 years,
Yeah.
the phone. Because
Yeah.
we never had mobile phones 35 years ago, 45 years ago.
Well, I remember my first mobile phone was that horrible BT Cellnet chunky thing, remember?
Yeah.
And it had an aerial. I'm not that old, but I'm old enough.
Yeah, I had a Nokia, that was my first one, 3210.
My first one was a BT thing.
Strong it was. My first phone that had a camera was a 3 phone. I don't even know the name of it.
Mine was the Motorola.
And I remember it had... Oh no, it was a Motorola.
Yeah.
It was on 3, but it was a Motorola.
Yeah.
And I remember it had the Wayne Rooney's first ever goal against Arsenal. And that was the only video that it had on there. And I was blown away. Absolutely blown away.
But that's the thing now, is like we take all this for granted, all this tech is amazing, but the scary thing is people are doing so much with their phones and messing about and just checking Facebook. And I'm like, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Dad, just check your social media. It's not a problem. Like, no, stop it. So, so that is, like, one of my big questions was what's so important. So how can we stop it, basically? How can we stop? How can we get out of this habit? So I suggested that I was going to buy Dan and I, probably near Christmas, an old school iPod, like the lovely chunky ones. Plus, because we just like our vintage, and technically that's vintage now, believe it or not. I might get myself a chunky iPod, or at least something that I can just have Spotify on and that's it. And it would run. Yeah, just for music, and plug my phone in from that perspective and do it like that. And then that would then determine me to leave my phone in my bag, in the back seat, or even the boot, if it fit in the boot, because my boot's always like rammed for crap. But I don't know, what about your thoughts on that? How would you stop this?
No, that's a good idea. I mean, I mentioned earlier maybe a disable feature on your phone,
that's
so
clever.
that when you get in there, the only thing you can access is your sat nav on your phone.
Yeah.
So it basically becomes a sat nav and nothing more until you
like engine stops or something.
Until your journey ends, or until your engine stops. Exactly. So anytime it's plugged into the car using the charge point or whatever. That's one way of doing it, maybe.
That's clever.
But it's a people thing.
That's copyrighted, by the way.
Yeah, it's a people thing. It is in terms of you need to not go on your phone.
Yeah.
And that's it. We, as a nation, we love to try and wait for the easy answer to come up. But there is already an easy answer here, and it's just don't go on your phone and everything will be fine. So willpower is the most important thing. It will be fine. And even if, God forbid, if someone's hurt or injured or died, they're still going to be dead when you get to the other end. You do not need to answer that phone, because then it might be you as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't pick the phone up. Just leave it.
Yeah, just leave it alone.
And that's my end thought on it. So
I'm
getting annoyed now.
I won't know. I was going to ask one more. Is the fine enough? Is the fine and the points, is that enough?
It will
that
be,
scary enough?
because as soon as somebody does it twice, they've lost their licence.
Yeah.
The fine isn't one thing. The fine doesn't bother me. It's not the fine. It's the losing of the licence that will worry people more. And it's only going to take for a few people to lose it before it starts to really kick in. Once somebody has lost it, you'll be like, oh.
Yeah, because it's like when people we know have been done for drink driving and they've lost their licence for over like 2-3 years, and then we sit and have a chat with them. They said, "Oh, it's been a nightmare. Like I've gone from being able to get in the car and do what I want, and now I got to have a bus pass. I get a train everywhere. Like, and they regret it, don't they? They really regret it."
Yeah, it's probably one for another day. Drink driving. Yeah, that's another can
one.
of worms to open. But
but it's like that consequence, isn't it? Okay, and then the last kind of thing, which is, we've pretty much said it anyway, but was like, will actually hurting somebody or sadly killing somebody or yourself be the only way that people will really stop it? So the fact that on Facebook people are sharing all these videos and footages and saying like, look at what's happened, this person was on their car. Sadly, is it taking all these horrible videos and people to talk about it to make people think, yeah, all right, shit, I'm not going to do it,
Yeah, and again, it's one of those weird ones where it's one of those things where probably it will probably take for somebody to do something horrible before they really realise how much damage they can actually do.
Caused.
Yeah, it's simple. It's in my opinion, it's a simple one. Just leave your phone alone.
Leave your phone alone. Okay, so I'm going to wrap that up for you. Like, you have to remember, and especially when I was about to say, relating that to my own experience, that chap did go. I think he did 14 months in the end, and some of it was a suspended sentence. A lot of people in my family and friends were a bit annoyed about it, and that's absolutely fine. That's their opinion, and they were annoyed that he didn't do enough time and blah blah blah. He did wrong. He totally did wrong. However, I think he was a 37-year-old man with a couple of kids and a wife, and my way of looking at it is he's got to live with that for the rest of his life, that he killed a 31-year-old lad on his bike. So on his birthday as well. So that young man's got to live with that for the rest of his life, and I think that's enough. That's punishment in itself. I don't particularly know how you come back from that anyway. So that's my opinion on that bit anyway. So I do feel that, guys, like, crying out loud, if you're on your phone and you do that, can you imagine? Like, it's not just the fact that you're going to hurt that one person, you're going to hurt that entire family, but then that's the ripple effect on your family. Then you're going to have to go through, like, the whole sentencing, you have to go through the whole court case itself. There's a manslaughter, you can go to prison for stuff like that, and then you've got to deal with the fact that you've killed somebody, and you've hurt that entire family. So, and
also, on the other flip side of that, if it goes the other way, you're dead.
You're dead.
That's the end of you. Then you haven't got to live with anything, but you're then dead. That's the end of your life because you wanted to check WhatsApp. Like, it's not important. No, it really isn't.
No, it's not important enough. So no one will actually die if you don't actually answer your phone, like, i.e. your Snapchat.
That'll do.
Snapchat. That was tweet and Snapchat in one word. Yeah. Snapchat, your tweet, your text messages. It will all get done. It's going to be okay. If you have to talk to somebody, that's what your Bluetooth devices are for. Use your hand-free kits. But someone will die if you answer that message. If you answer that, somebody could die. So, like we said, not only could it affect your life, their family's life, but you might not be around. So I'm just kind of trying to spread the love, really, guys, and just really think about it. Be safe, drive safe. Let's just keep these horrible roads safe. I don't want to keep driving past people on motorways or carriageways because they've banged into people, because they've been texting. I'm going to wrap that up because it's quite a sad bit I want to talk about, really. But
most importantly, I've got a new car, and if anyone goes into the back of me because they're on the phone, there will be a murder. So think of your own safety.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, seriously, it's a really good point. It's a really good conversation, and it's probably one we could spend ages on. But we'll wrap up there.
By all means, leave comments, leave clicks if you want to share anything. We're more than happy to pick this up and have a further discussion if need be.
Do you have the social medias to hand?
I always have the social medias to hand.
Go ahead.
So I'm trying to do this freehand now. Here we go. So we are on Facebook at Hale-2-the Geek. On Facebook, Geeks plural on Facebook. Do give us a friend request if you find us, and we'll vet you and make sure you're not a catfish, and then we'll add you. And then you can listen on there. You've got my channel on YouTube, which is H the Geek, and you've also got our Twitter page, so you can hashtag H2G, and it's at Hale to the Geek.
That is correct. So thank you very much for joining us. It's been a slightly shorter one this week. But I think it's been an hour and a half, so I think that's a good time, really. We don't intentionally go over, but we get excited sometimes. But it was good levels. So yeah, thanks for sticking with us. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're going to do next week. Maybe the Predator. Depends.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
I think we need a bit of a blast from the past, don't we?
If anybody has got any classic reviews they want us to do,
shout them out.
Let us know. And we will try and do it for you. But yeah, thank you very much, we will see you at the same time next week.
Stay unique.